Have you ever felt a special connection to others' emotions? Do you sometimes know things without any logical explanation? These experiences might be signs of spiritual healing abilities. In this video, we'll explore 10 clear indicators that you might have these unique gifts. Spiritual healing abilities are special talents that allow people to help others in deep, meaningful ways. These skills go beyond what we can see or touch. They involve energy, emotions, and a strong connection to the world around us. Many people have these abilities without even knowing it. By learning about these signs, you might discover something amazing about yourself. Let's start with heightened empathy. This is when you feel others' emotions very strongly. It's more than just understanding how someone feels. You actually experience their joy, sadness, or anger as if it were your own. This deep connection to others' feelings is a key part of spiritual healing. It helps healers understand exactly what someone needs, even if that person can't explain it themselves. Empathy in spiritual healing is like a bridge between people. It allows the healer to truly understand what someone is going through. This understanding is the first step in helping them. When you have this ability, you might find yourself feeling happy or sad for no apparent reason. Later, you might learn that someone close to you was feeling those emotions at that exact time. Next, let's talk about intuitive insights. This is when you know things without any logical reason. It's like having a sixth sense. You might get a strong feeling about a situation or a person, and it turns out to be true. In spiritual healing, these insights guide the healer to the root of a problem. They help the healer understand what someone needs, even if that person doesn't know it themselves. Intuition in spiritual healing is like a compass. It points the way to the best method of helping someone. You might suddenly know that a person needs to talk about a specific event from their past, or you might get a clear idea of a healing technique that would work best for them. These insights often come as quick flashes of understanding or strong gut feelings. Energy awareness is another important sign of spiritual healing abilities. This is when you can sense the energy fields around people and places. Everything in the universe is made of energy, and some people can feel these energies more clearly than others. In spiritual healing, this ability helps identify where energy is blocked or unbalanced in a person's body or life. When you have energy awareness, you might feel drawn to or pushed away from certain places or people. You might sense a heaviness in a room where an argument just happened, or feel uplifted in a place of natural beauty. This ability helps spiritual healers understand the energetic roots of physical or emotional problems. It guides them in their work to restore balance and harmony. Physical sensations during healing are another clear sign of these abilities. Many spiritual healers feel tingles or warmth in their hands when they're working. These sensations are believed to be the feeling of healing energy flowing through the body. Some healers also experience other bodily sensations, like a buzzing feeling throughout their body or a sensation of lightness. These physical signs are like the body's way of confirming that healing energy is flowing. If you notice these sensations, especially when you're focusing on helping someone or sending positive thoughts their way, it could be a sign of your healing abilities. These feelings often become stronger with practice and as you become more aware of your abilities. Dreams and visions can also indicate spiritual healing abilities. Many healers have vivid or prophetic dreams. These dreams might contain messages or insights that are helpful in their healing work. Some healers also experience visions while awake, seeing images or symbols that provide guidance or information. These dreams and visions are like messages from a deeper part of consciousness. They might show you situations where your healing abilities are needed, or give you insights into how to help someone. If you often wake up feeling like your dreams were trying to tell you something important, or if you sometimes see meaningful images in your mind's eye, these could be signs of your spiritual healing potential. A strong desire to help others is another indicator of spiritual healing abilities. This goes beyond just being a kind person. Spiritual healers often feel a deep, almost urgent need to support and care for others. They might find themselves naturally drawn to professions or volunteer work that involves helping people. This desire to help is like a calling. It's not about recognition or reward, but about a genuine wish to make the world a better place. If you often find yourself wanting to reach out to people who are struggling, or if you feel most fulfilled when you're supporting others, this could be a sign of your healing abilities. The ability to calm others is another sign of spiritual healing gifts. People with these abilities often have a soothing presence. They can bring peace to tense situations and help others feel relaxed and at ease. This calm isn't just about saying the right words. It's an energy that spiritual healers naturally radiate. This calming ability is like being a human stress reliever. People might tell you that they feel better just by being around you. You might notice that arguments tend to settle down when you're present, or that people often come to you when they're feeling upset or anxious. This natural ability to soothe others is a valuable part of spiritual healing. Sensitivity to environments is another indicator of spiritual healing abilities. This means being very aware of the feel of a place. You might walk into a room and immediately sense if there's been an argument or if it's a place of peace and harmony. This sensitivity helps spiritual healers understand the energetic background of a situation or problem. This environmental sensitivity is like having an extra sense for the atmosphere of a place. You might find that you need to cleanse your space regularly, or that you're very particular about the energy of your home. This ability helps spiritual healers create safe, positive spaces for their work and understand how a person's environment might be affecting their well-being. Unexplained physical symptoms can also be a sign of spiritual healing abilities, particularly for empathic healers. You might sometimes experience aches, pains, or other physical sensations that don't seem to have a cause. Later, you might discover that someone close to you was experiencing those exact symptoms. This is sometimes called sympathetic pain and is thought to be a way that empathic healers physically tune into others' suffering. These physical experiences are like your body's way of alerting you to someone else's pain. While it can be uncomfortable, many spiritual healers see it as a gift that allows them to understand and help others on a deeper level. If you often have physical sensations that you can't explain, especially if they seem to be connected to other people's experiences, this could be a sign of your empathic healing abilities. Being drawn to healing practices is another clear indicator of spiritual healing abilities. You might find yourself naturally interested in alternative therapies, energy work, or other healing techniques. This interest often goes beyond mere curiosity. It feels like a pull, almost as if these practices are calling to you. This attraction to healing practices is like your inner self, guiding you towards your true calling. You might find yourself constantly reading about different healing methods, or feeling excited about the idea of learning Reiki or other energy healing techniques. This natural pull towards healing knowledge is often a sign that you have innate healing abilities waiting to be developed. Now that we've explored these 10 indicators, you might be wondering what to do if you recognize some of these signs in yourself. The first step is to pay attention to your experiences. Notice when you feel strong empathy, when you have intuitive insights, or when you feel energy around you. Keep a journal of these experiences. This can help you understand your abilities better and see patterns in how they work. Learning about different healing practices can also be helpful. There are many books, online resources, and courses available on various aspects of spiritual healing. Remember, though, that healing abilities are very personal. What works for one person might not work for another. Trust your intuition as you explore different methods. It's also important to take care of yourself. Spiritual healing abilities can sometimes be overwhelming, especially if you're very empathetic. Learn techniques for grounding yourself and protecting your own energy. This might include meditation, spending time in nature, or creating rituals that help you feel centered and balanced. Remember, having spiritual healing abilities doesn't mean you have to become a professional healer. Many people use these gifts in their everyday lives, bringing healing energy to their families, friends, and communities in subtle ways. The most important thing is to use your abilities in a way that feels right to you. Developing spiritual healing abilities is a gradual process. It takes time, practice, and patience. Don't get discouraged if you don't see dramatic results right away. Every small act of kindness, every moment of deep understanding, every time you bring peace to a situation, these are all ways of using your healing gifts. As you develop your abilities, you might find that they grow stronger or change in unexpected ways. Stay open to these changes. Your spiritual healing journey is unique to you, and it will unfold in its own time and way. It's also important to approach spiritual healing abilities with humility and respect. These gifts are not about ego or gaining power over others. They're about service, compassion, and helping to bring more light and healing into the world. Always use your abilities with the highest intentions for the good of all. If you feel called to use your abilities more formally, there are many ways to do this. You might choose to study a specific healing modality like Reiki or energy medicine. You could volunteer at a hospice or hospital, bringing your calming presence to those who are suffering. Or you might simply be more intentional about using your gifts in your daily life and relationships. Remember, too, that having spiritual healing abilities doesn't mean you're perfect or that you never face challenges. Healers need healing, too. It's important to take care of your own physical, emotional, and spiritual health. This might mean seeking support from other healers, taking time for self-care, or engaging in practices that nourish your spirit. As you explore your spiritual healing abilities, you might encounter skepticism from others. Not everyone understands or believes in these gifts. That's okay. You don't need to convince anyone. Trust your own experiences and the positive impact you see your abilities having on yourself and others. It's also worth noting that spiritual healing abilities often work hand in hand with traditional medical care. They're not a replacement for necessary medical treatment, but they can be a powerful complement to it. Many hospitals now recognize the value of spiritual and energy healing in supporting patients' overall well-being. As we wrap up this exploration of spiritual healing abilities, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Do you recognize any of these signs in yourself? Perhaps you've always had a sense that you were meant to help others in a special way. Maybe you're just beginning to understand experiences you've had throughout your life. Wherever you are on your journey, know that your spiritual healing abilities are a gift. They're a way for you to bring more light, love, and healing into the world. Whether you use them in big ways or small, formally or informally, your gifts matter. They have the power to make a real difference in people's lives. Remember, developing spiritual healing abilities is a lifelong journey. There's always more to learn, more ways to grow, more opportunities to help. Stay curious, stay open, and most importantly, stay true to yourself and your unique gifts. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of spiritual healing abilities. We hope this video has helped you understand these gifts better, whether you're discovering your own abilities or simply interested in learning more about this fascinating aspect of human experience. Remember, We all have the capacity to bring healing into the world in our own unique ways. How will you use your gifts to make a difference?